Alright, today we're platinuming Skate, and I thought this would be fun just because this is a game that hasn't been around for a long time, and yeah, I didn't think it would take that long because there's only 22 trophies, but I was very wrong. This took like 62 hours to do, so there's that. But yeah, let's get right into it. So without wasting much time, we got our first trophy for completing the tutorial, which taught us how to skate. What else did you expect? And to be honest, I never really played a lot of the other skate games, so this was kind of like my first experience in a way. So to put it nicely, I was not very good when I first started. But luckily for me, Skate had some sort of a story system in it, and they taught you how to do different tricks. The first thing they taught me how to do was flip tricks, and luckily I got the hang of it pretty quickly. Skate also introduces these shops where you can buy cosmetics out of their crates, and you can also use it to level up, which I did here to get this trophy. For some reason, this game also implemented a climbing system, which made me feel like I was playing a different Sony game. And I'm not gonna lie, even though I did kinda suck at this game, I felt like I was getting the hang of it semi-quickly. The next part of the story introduced us to 360 grab tricks, which led to me doing the first trick I was semi-proud of. And after following the story a little while longer, we ended up getting this trophy for getting 250 rip score, which is kind of like their level up system in this game. And after exploring for a little while longer, we ended up also getting this trophy pop for visiting 15 different blocks. And then after completing this line challenge, I got this trophy for getting every goal in 10 amateur challenges. After taking a short break, the game introduces us to quick drop items, which lets us put down different props around the map in order to make your own skating environment. And right after doing so, we get this trophy for completing 9 missions in the story. The Hedgemont story concludes with us climbing up a building and getting to this pool to skate in, and eventually we end up climbing even higher and then dropping into the pool, which was pretty cool because this was the first big drop in the game gives you. After that, I decided to do some co-op challenges with my friend, and very quickly got this trophy for completing 10 different challenges in co-op events. And then shortly after that, also getting into some shenanigans, of course. And this leads us to Skate-Taj number 1. If you like any of the beats, check the description for details. And concluding this, we get a trophy for completing 14 missions. The game then taught me how to grind, and then we used our new powers to clean up bird shit. Sick. Also in the story, the game teaches us how to manual, which took me a second to get used to. But since I feel like I haven't been working hard enough towards the trophies, let's do a little trophy cleanup. I got this trophy pop for spectating 50 different skaters. This one for placing 50 quick drop items. This one for exporting 10 videos with a replay editor that I just did not understand the controls of whatsoever. I then had to start a throwdown, which basically you just put a little flag down and you do tricks within a certain area, and the player with the most points at the end of the timer wins. And after doing that 4 times, I got this trophy. After progressing through the story a bit more, I got this trophy for completing 19 missions. Also, for the finale of the story, they basically just had us climb this big-ass tower, and once we got to the top, they basically just said, maybe it's the friends you made along the way. So, yeah, that was the story, I guess. And right after beating this story, I did the line challenge, and I ended up getting a trophy for completing all challenges in 20 semi-pro events. Which brings us to Skate-Taj number 2. And at the end, we got a trophy for completing every goal in 30 pro challenges. And at this point, I had a lot of the in-game currency, so I opened boxes to get this trophy for getting 3,300 total rip score. Now it's time for part A of why this platinum was so grindy, and pun intended there. You had to get level 10 in each area of the map. There's a total of 3 areas, but there was only a set number of challenges you could do each day, so that definitely slowed me down. But this next Skate-Taj is just going to be the highlights of me getting level 10 in all these areas. Before we get into the Skate-Taj, I am going to complain just about 2 things really quick. Firstly, sometimes you would complete challenges and it just wouldn't give you the last one for completing all of them, even though everything lit up, so that was super annoying. And there was also this loading screen, even though you'd load in by yourself, that would say waiting for players, and you'd sit there for, I'm not exaggerating, maybe 20 seconds. But I think that's been patched since, hopefully. As I was getting close to the end of the platinum run, the season 1 skate pass ended up coming out, and I ended up buying it just so I could get some rip score quickly, and that way I didn't have to, wait another like 4 weeks to get the platinum. And also the Halloween update came out, which also ended up helping with rip score quite a bit. My only complaint with the updates is it seems like every time an update would come out, a new type of currency would come out. If you look at the top right, there's 4 different types of currency currently in the game, and there was only 2 to start with, so that was super weird. To finish the trophy cleanup, I got this trophy for keeping a 4 times multiplier for over an hour. Then finally, after opening this crate, I get 11,000 rip score for this trophy, which was very painful, but right after we're rewarded with the platinum. Overall, I do recommend playing Skate and giving it a shot. I think its best moments are really when you're just doing the challenges and, just trying to do cool lines. However, I do not recommend the platinum at all. It's such a grindy platinum, and if you don't really, really love the game, you're going to have a hard time seeing it through. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I know it's a little different from what I usually do, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and a comment, and let me know what game you want to see next.